Hello guys, how are you guys today? I see that there's already quite a few of you on. Just give me 1 second, I'm just gonna close the door because my brother has a meeting. Seem to be unable to get the door closed, so I'll put something in front of it. Just give me 1 second, guys. We've got such hot weather today, so we've got the aircon on and it's literally blowing the door open. But yeah, how have you guys been? The time difference is so big it's hard for you to watch, so you always get excited when I'm live? Aw, Elamar, thank you. Oh yeah, the time zones are a real pain, aren't they? You can't stay because you want to wake up early to work on your college essay some more. No worries. I'll be streaming tonight as well, Egg Eggs. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Egg Eggs. I really appreciate that. But yeah, I'm really sorry. I had a super busy weekend and had a lot of stuff that I needed to get done, so I haven't been able to get into streaming, but today I am finally getting started on the commission that I've been talking to you guys about, so that's exciting. I haven't been able to, you know, I haven't been able to wait to get started on it. I've been so excited. Looking a bit country. It's actually plaid, so I don't know if it's country, but it's more of a tartan like texture, I suppose. But yeah, so the guy actually wanted, I'll show you what the other one is, the two that he wanted to combine are these two. So he really likes, I'll show them up like that, that's probably a bit easier. He really likes how the characters look in these three, you know, how they've got some personality to all of them. And then in the bottom one, he kind of likes how peaceful they look. So yeah, hopefully he's asked me to combine the two, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Elamar, how have you been? What time is it where you are? So yeah, I decided to do it on A3 because, you know, I don't think I will have enough space if I do it on A4. Just because, you know, I want to really focus on the details and the clothes and everything. So if I do it on A3, I won't struggle too much. You did your first watercolor piece. It turned out like crap, but it was Baby Yoda. So that hid the fact that it was bad. Oh, eggs. Honestly, you know, watercolor is something else. You really should be more forgiving with yourself. I mean, acrylic paint is one thing, but just going straight into watercolor, if you've never tried it before, I think your first piece is definitely going to be like, you know, one that's going to the trash can. I don't think that's abnormal. Like really, you know, it's all about understanding how the water interacts with everything, and once you get the hang of that, you know, after a couple of tries, I'm sure you're really gonna enjoy it. You've been doing a lot of art over the last few weeks. You're posted in Discord. Oh, that's awesome, Elamar. I'd love to see what you've been working on. It's 11:37 there? Right, so you're probably heading to bed soon. This will be an interesting stream. Well, I hope so. I'm not going to finish it in today's stream. I'll probably work on it tonight as well. But I'm hoping if I can at least get most of it started, if he can get back to me after, you know, maybe tonight or tomorrow, then I can keep going with it. So yeah, I'm really just trying to make a start and see where we'll head on after that, I guess. I don't know, we'll see. But first things first, I am going to need to get the composition going, so hope you guys will bear with me. You're going to stay and watch till you get tired? No worries, you can stay as long or as short as you like. That's not a problem. Yeah, I finally ordered me some watercolor paper, guys, so it's in the mail and I'm so excited. Absinthe actually recommended the brand to me, so he said, you know, the price is high, but I won't regret it. So I'm very, very excited to give it a go. So that's in the mail. Hopefully that'll get there. I also ordered some phthalo blue so I can finish up the blue bits of the birds in my painting behind me, because we haven't been able to get that same blue, and that's because the pigments in my paint just can't get to that color. So I ordered some phthalo blue, and that should get there, I think, end of this week or early next week. So then I can continue on with that painting. But yeah, let us get started. The first thing I want to do is figure out, you know, do I want them to be like, you know, upright, or do I want them to be like sitting down? I don't know. You're curious about the workflow too? What do you mean the workflow? Not quite sure what you mean. So yeah, part of me really wants them to be interconnected into each other. So I'm gonna open a couple of Ratty pictures. And he said I should make some of them fat, so I'm gonna open up his comments and see which ones he wanted me to make them fat. I have no problem making an animal fatter. If you ever ask me to commission, I will literally make the animal as fat as you like. So it's gonna be more of an issue getting them less fat. So if you ask me to put your animals on a diet, that's what I'll struggle with, you know? So I'll have a look. Which ones were the fat ones? So So Lenny and Tremble. So we'll make sure I put a little fat description next to these two. I guess that makes sense. You know, Tremble is a little bit sleepy, so he's obviously going to be, you know, a little bit on the lazy side. And Lenny was a lot older, so I suppose he's, you know, he's obviously going to be a little bit pudgier, you know, not moving around a lot. And Twitch is a bit of a menace apparently, so he gave the other two a bit of trouble. So that's why he's probably more energetic and a bit leaner. Is it possible? Oh wait, so about the standing or sitting, why not try both and compromise? Well, I have a feeling he'll want something like this, just because I think he wants them semi-realistic. So I'll start it, and if he doesn't like it after today, if he wants a more like seated position, whatever, I'll start over tomorrow or tonight, depending on when he gets back to me. Like he obviously wasn't clear on that, and I don't want to waste time, so I want to get started because I want it to get to him by Christmas. So it's a bit of a rush, this one. Is it possible to mix watercolors in a nice way? You're a baby when it comes to that medium, and when you try the results were, well, interesting. To be honest, Egeg, sorry, like when it comes to watercolors, there's a couple of very important things. One of them is the paper. You have to have good paper. So it's really hard to know, you know, when you're not very experienced, what a good paper feels like or should feel like. So it's good to go talk to maybe your local art store and ask them, look, what's a good quality? If you go with anything that's 100%, you know, 100% cotton, you'll probably do really well. They are going to be very expensive, but don't use normal paper. Your results are going to look trash. When it comes to watercolor, I would say probably 50% or more of the quality output of your work depends on the paper. So it's crucial to have good paper. The other thing is you need to use good quality watercolor as well. I use Schminky. I'll show you what mine looks like. So you can probably get away with cheaper paint. I'm not sure. I haven't really experimented a lot. The paper is obviously the most important part, but this is what I use. Just Schminky watercolor, and it's got a little palette area you can mix your paint on, and you buy these little half pans, or you can get full pans if you want them. But yeah, essentially this is what I use, and I'm very happy with it. The colors are really nice and vibrant. These pans last you a very long time as well. So if you are looking at the price and going, oh, that's, you know, quite expensive, don't worry, this is going to last you a lifetime. You know, I have done so many paintings with these, and you can see, you know, there is still so much paint for me to use in here. So yeah, it's fine, you know, you'll get really far. You don't need to worry about that. But yeah, I would say that is going to help you not get muddy colors. If you focus on good quality paper and good quality paint, you will struggle a lot less. And then the other thing obviously is making sure you don't mix too many paints. With watercolor, it's all about layering, I think. So just make sure you try to keep your layers clean and don't mix paint colors that are obviously going to give you brown. So yeah, just be mindful of that, I think. Hi Tobykin! I'm good. Yes, this is the commission that I mentioned. So I have to draw these two really fat. Lenny is going to be a bit of a wizard. Twitch is going to be a bit of a pirate, but he mentioned maybe ditching the wooden legs simply because it could be, you know, tricky with the compositions and such. So I'm gonna ditch the wooden leg and we'll see how we go. And then Tremble is a bit of a PJ, just a lazy head really. You watch classes on Skillshare. They give a lot of tips on how to mix the watercolors because you were completely lost also. Yeah, that's a useful tip, definitely. You were thinking of signing up to Skillshare a couple of times, but you've just been trying to stick to YouTube tutorials. Well, I think you can get loads of information, eggs on YouTube. Let me quickly link you to one of my favorite watercolor artists who does illustration work. I'll just find her YouTube channel. She has a lot of YouTube tutorials about doing watercolor, so I'll quickly link that in the chat here. There you go. So her name is Chris Hong and she's amazing. She's really, really good. But yeah, just watch what she does and how she works, really. They have a student discount that you used. It took a good bit of the price. Ah. Oh, thanks, Doverkin. I hope I won't disappoint today. Really, I'm just gonna flesh out the main things, so gotta grab my things up. I'm a bit all over the place today because I'm sort of chatting with you guys. It's been a while since I streamed, and so yeah. So I have to think. I want them all to really interact together. So I want to try and find another composition, sort of something like this, but not quite like that. Just you know, having them all interconnected. That's what I want. So I'll sort of start by drawing maybe Lenny, and I just want him to sort of look over the others. You know, like he's all majestic in the back there. I'm sorry if you guys won't be able to see the lines. I am gonna draw really faint to start with because, you know, I don't want to be erasing too much. You were turning in for the day but saw the notification, so you guess you'll hang out here for a while. I'm so sorry that I didn't stream earlier. I was going to, and then I just got carried away, really, doing other things. So I know for you guys in the States it's a bit of a terrible time, you know, to hop into a stream right before bed. I find that really keeps me awake. It doesn't help with sleep. It makes me just want to go make art, so I try to avoid that. So I think Lenny is probably a bit big, but I'm really just wanting to try and see where I want to place all of them, you know? So I'll try and draw him a little smaller. At least now I know what I want him to look like. So I might put him there. Question is, how do I want to do tremble? You guys can barely see. So I'm just trying to Google some really cute sleepy Ratty poses. Try and see what I want him to look like, really. Do you guys find that references are distracting for you, or do you prefer them, like, do you prefer you relying on them more? Yeah. Oh, has Dark Guy completed Nuclear Girl? You joined the stream earlier, typed hello, and the stream ended before you could hit enter. Oh no! You were just looking at my Etsy shop. You're definitely gonna need to get the Drooling Ghost Bunny sweatshirt. Oh, I have that, Egex. I can show you what it looks like in person. Let me quickly go grab it, and I'll show you what it looks like in person. It is getting so warm in here because of the computer that's on. This is the white version. If you can properly see, it's really overexposed there. Hopefully that's a little bit better. But this is the white version. I'll pop it on here and you can see a little bit better. So I've obviously worn this for quite a few years. But yeah, I was really happy with it, you know, when I got it. So it's one of my favorites. I wear it all the time. All winter. It's really nice and snuggly and warm. They're nice and thick. So this is the black version. So I don't know, I can't pick. I like both of them. The black version looks like that. And you've got the drool down the bottom as well. But yeah, hard to see when it really overexposes everything, you know. Not the best. But yeah, it really got a lot of detail. It's got the little bunnies on the arms as well. This ghost bunny, and on the other side, you've got the carrot. There we go, little bit of a carrot there. And on the back we've just got, I think I've changed the logo now, so it's now my updated logo. But yeah, it's still the same. Got the carrot there. If you want, I think the one on my store has trick or treat at the back at the moment. If you want one that doesn't have the trick or treat, you're welcome to just message me on Etsy and let me know. I'm happy to change that for you. You need references a lot all the time. You have aphantasia, so it's really hard to visualize without a little extra help. What is aphantasia? Been having some issues with the streaming and just stops for others while you stream normally, which is strange. That's so weird. Hi Zach, how have you been? Oh, you've got your emotes. That's so cool. Yeah, that's so weird, Dark Guy. I don't know. Zach, your emotes are so good. I saw you post them and I loved them. So yeah, we'll see. I don't know yet what I want to do for the lying down. You know, the little sleepy pose. I might do my own thing, but I kind of feel like for Twitch, so Twitch is the pirate rat. For Twitch, I kind of just want him to, I guess, have an in-between pose. So maybe he's standing up more or less, I don't know. So what creatures are they in the commission? You think you missed that part. The eye patch on the one in the middle reminded you of Buck from the third Ice Age. Oh, well, I don't know. These are little rats. So somebody's pet rats passed away, and they've asked me to do a commission of them as a Christmas present. So yeah, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy drawing pets. It's a bit sad that, you know, they have passed away, but you know, this is a special commemoration of them, so hopefully it brings joy and not grief. That's what I'm trying to, you know, bring their personalities into it. So hopefully it'll be a beautiful, happy surprise. It's not the best thing to have when you want to pursue an art career. Hang on. You probably explained that and I missed that. Did I miss that? I did not see your explanation for aphantasia actually. Sorry about that, Eggs. It's not the best thing to have when you want to pursue an art career. You had no idea people could actually image vivid pictures in their head. Right, okay. I think it depends. Not everybody obviously has the same level of, you know, ability to do that. So I think it's just some people have more of that, some people have less of that. Here's an eye patch rat for you. Let me have a look. Oh, that's such a cool one. I love it. Really nice. Really nice. You get that, but when there's a will, there's a way. Even people with schizo have been noted to achieve their dreams, so you can too. Aphantasia means eggs cannot picture images in the head. Right, got it. Yeah, okay. Well, like I had a chat with my brother, you know, and obviously he can do that a lot less than I can. And so he sort of said that, well, it's incredible for him how much I can do that in comparison. But you know, obviously some people have less of that, other people have more of that, so you're not alone. You're definitely not alone. First need to get a composition that I'm really, really happy with, and I'm just not at the moment quite happy with, you know, with little Tremble lying down here, so you're gonna have to head off to bed now. You hope the commission goes well and say hi to Zazu for you. No worries, I will do that. What's going on today? Hi, A-Burnt. We're drawing a rat commission, so I'm drawing these three. Lenny, Twitch, and Tremble, and they're three little pet rats somebody asked me to draw. So yeah, hopefully I can work out a good composition for them today, because I want something I'm happy with, not, you know, not just any kind of composition. So I need to try and work on something that really brings it out. So obviously this over here, I'm gonna make this Twitch because he's the little bit of the lean one, you know. So I want to try and make him a little bit more skinny, hopefully. I want you to see the underside of his little snout as well. What's a League of Legends character? Oh, the rat one you sent me? Really? I wouldn't know because I don't play League of Legends and I don't really like it. I'm not a massive fan of strategy games, you know? You're watching attentively? Ooh. Well, usually, you know, sometimes, today I'm not really, I don't know, just not really getting into this at the moment, so, you know. Some days I feel like it just comes, and other days it's like today, where it's like, I don't know, it just doesn't really feel like it, you know, it's flowing. So, a bit more of a struggle on those days to get it out, right? What do you guys commonly do when you have art block? I'm also not a fan of great movies. Oh, you know, that's a subjective opinion. That's a subjective opinion for sure. I've watched lots of great movies. I was disappointed that you played Minecraft. You were just trying the game though to see what the hype was all about. Honestly, Doverkin, lots of people I know play it. I don't judge, it's not my thing. Just the graphics. I just don't get it, you know? Like they've made remakes. I get it if it's an old game and you're playing it for the sake of nostalgia. But that's kind of a game where it's still being developed and it's still retaining the crappy graphics and I just don't get it. But you know, probably if you play the game you're really familiar with it. That it has a point to it. I guess people say that I would love Minecraft because it's a creative game. But I just don't get into it. I don't know why. You start with a random shape. You were having a hard time earlier coming up with something to draw, and you started with a circle and it turned into a sunflower. That's a good idea. I think just making a start, just getting into it is the best thing you can do to overcome art block, obviously. But yeah, I think it's really, really difficult sometimes to get out of that rut, especially if you've been not drawing for a while. I think it gets really tricky to get back into it. You know, I've been there a couple of times in my life and I'm not wanting to get back in there, so definitely prefer to stay creative, you know. But yeah, luckily today I don't really have art block. I guess I'm just really wanting this composition to look amazing, so I'm putting a lot more pressure on this piece than I normally would. You know, because I've been looking forward to it for a long time and I really wanted to come out the way that I envisioned. So yeah, that's one reason why, probably. When you get art block, you draw other people's art, usually very quickly, not like in-depth studies. Oh, right. Do you find that helps you? Like, just inspires you to have a concept at hand, one that you like and you're inspired by? That makes sense. You agree the pixel art style graphics never appealed to you though. You just enjoyed watching some of your favorite streamers playing it and figured you could give it a try. If it was good, but the fun didn't last long. Why is that? Like, why did you lose interest in what do you think the appeal is sort of about? Like, people sort of say to me it's about like being creative and sort of, I guess, you know, building a space of your own, I think. Why did that picture not save? I really want this picture to save, thank you very much. Oh, there we go. It helps you a lot actually, because it's more art block for you. It's lack of motivation and willpower, not really out of ideas. You always have ideas, probably enough to last the rest of this lifetime. Yeah, I mean, really, I think for me, I never feel like art block's a lack of ideas. I think art block is more, you don't have that flow when you're working. You can just feel your hands are stiff and you can't quite get the line work you're after. So I've never found it to be a lack of ideas, more just a very strange sense of tightness when I'm creating. So I find that I rarely get art block when I'm painting, because painting is sort of following something that's already there. I do notice it when it's really bad art block, but it's much more noticeable when I'm doing sketches, especially when I'm starting out a new sketch like this one. I find that it's really, really obvious. How did I get more emotes? You get more emotes by having, I think it's a bigger account, so you know, I don't know, more viewers unlocking certain things on Twitch. So I think you have to unlock a certain average of viewers before you get the extra emotes. I don't remember, but yeah, I would say that sounds about right. So this one over here is going to be Lenny. He's going to be the fat one. Minecraft, yeah, you think you will revisit it sometime later when you feel like it. Most of the gameplay goes well with your OCD, but but the lack of a storyline in other games you play is the main reason why you had less fun than you thought you would. Ah, right, okay. Yeah, I think the building aspect is definitely fun, and I can understand that. But I have a lot more fun building my house in Fallout than I could ever have in, you know, Minecraft. So, I just much rather play Fallout 76, you know? Art block is a normal thing that happens to everyone, but motivation does coincide with it as well. If you have that motivation, you will escape an art block. Simple as that. As for how you get out of it, you just look at different types of art and watch a cool scene in a movie to jumpstart your brain. Yeah, I think movies can be super inspirational. after I watched Maleficent the first time, I was so excited to just get into drawing again, so I definitely understand how that can help. But yeah, many ways I think to get out of art block if you are feeling stuck in it, that's for sure. One thing about rats is they have much smaller ears than mice do. So you've got to make sure that you don't draw their ears too big or they'll look like mice. You don't want that. They also have like very different shapes, you know. So I'm not going to refine the shapes super detailed at the moment because I really just want him to essentially just be happy with it before I spend too much time on it. So otherwise it's a bit pointless, and I don't want him to feel bad for making me redo work. Essentially I want him to feel free to do whatever, saying yes or no, I don't like this and I do like that. So I don't want him to feel like I've put in a whole bunch of work. The second Maleficent is Baller. Really? You like the second one? I much prefer the first one. Like, a lot. The mice in your house don't have working ears anymore. Why is that? Because they're dead. Oh, Zach, you're awful. You are just awful. Also, the bathing part. What is the bathing part? Motivation doesn't last long, it's just like bathing, so it's recommended daily. We do need inspiration from time to time. Ah, yeah, that's true. That's for sure true. And I think, if you go away from art for a bit as well, you really notice it. Which is why it's important to stay creative very regularly, or you're gonna get out of the flow for sure. Have I ever had mice in my house? I have. We've had plenty here. I just got a phone call. I just need to cancel that because I can't take that right now. Yeah, we've had a lot of mice in our house before, but they tend to just come and go. So, not a massive problem. Kind of just left on their own, really. trying to draw the stick that Lenny would use, like as an old wise, as an old wise wizard rat. Want him to look really important. They come and grow. You have interesting mice. It's Australia, man. They got everything. Yeah, well, we do have mice. But yeah, I don't know. They're just left on their own. We live in like a really bushy area, so I suppose they have a lot more food outside than inside. I don't know. Yours come, chew up everything, run across counters, poop everywhere, get in the walls and scratch while you're sleeping. That sounds awful. The mice in Australia have claws. Yeah, no, like I actually like legitimately bought like a rat trap or a mouse trap that was like a humane one because I wanted to catch it and free it again. And by the time that I got the thing, the mice had already left and I couldn't catch them, so I was like, well, I don't know, if you're left on your own then that's up to you. You know? They weren't really annoying though, like, they were sort of just in the house, which, you know, wasn't the greatest, so, yeah. Left on their own without causing any trouble. Spiders, on the other hand, they don't leave. They just like to stick around, so we got quite a bunch of those. Now you know why they're dead. You can't catch and free, not during winter. They'll come right back. That does make sense. I mean, you guys have a really harsh winter, so I can actually understand why they stay. You know, even during our winter, it's not that not that extremely cold, so yeah, they got a lot of places to go, so that makes sense. Sky Zero, hi, how are you? How is it going? And so far I'm fairly happy with this composition. It does need some tweaks here and there, but I'm really happy with where it's headed, you know? Just want to try and make it obvious for him, sort of, you know, where the lines end. So I'll scan it and I'll show him sort of the idea that I've got, see if he likes it. If he likes it, I'll be able to go on and start adding details. If not, I'll just, you know, work on a different concept or work on the composition, refine it a little bit. So yeah. But I'm so excited, you know, people trusting me to paint their pets or draw their pets is like the biggest honor, really. You're fine with spiders until a certain size, then it's war. Really? It's the big ones that are actually the friendliest. You should be more scared of the small ones. They're terrible, really. Well done on the anatomy and poses. Thank you, Dark Guy. Thank you. You've never truly seen a large spider. You might be scared if you do, but unless they are poisonous, you don't mind them. They're good at keeping away other insects, so you respect that. Exactly. To a certain extent, if it's not a bad spider, I don't worry. I sort of just let them be. Particularly in my studio, you know, having spiders in here is really beneficial because I get so many of these small bugs and they go everywhere. So I like to actually keep a few spiders, but we have really nasty ones as well. We have black house spiders and what are the other ones? Black house spiders I don't think are that bad. There's another kind, I forgot their name, but they're really, really poisonous and you don't want them near you. So yeah, having them in your house is not ideal. Definitely not ideal. So yeah, I'm gonna have to put a little sleeping hat on little Tremble here. And I don't know how I want it to flow, but I will figure that out as I go. You leave your spiders in the corners, they catch the flies and occasional wasps that fly in. Yeah, well, spiders and wasps are actually brutal enemies, and wasps actually, like, they can actually kill spiders. So I'm quite surprised that they've managed to kill the wasps as well. I would have thought it would be the other way around, really. But yeah, unfortunately, we also have some terrible spiders here, so... So I'm wondering what those stereotypical sleeping hats look like, and it does look like they have little tassels on the end, so I'm gonna add a bit of a tassel to his hat down here. Same as gecko lizards. If you see one, you say to it, "Oh, looking for dinner? Alright, just clean up after yourself." Do you guys have a lot of geckos over there? Wouldn't have thought so. Like, I know they're pretty common, you know, here in Australia, but I didn't know that you guys have a lot of them. Sleeping hat or Christmas hat? This is gonna be a sleeping hat, so not a Christmas hat. And I'm gonna give him a bit of a plush toy as well, because that's what we had here. Gave him a little plush toy, and so just adds to his personality, hopefully. Geckos were common in your hometown, never saw them in the US. Right, okay, got it. Were you around when, or was that guy around when you gave the character design challenge in stream? What was that about? I actually ordered myself some gloves that I don't smudge anymore, but they're taking so long to get here. I was hoping that by the time I did my next graphite piece that they would be here, but doesn't seem to be the case. I'll just have to be careful. So I'm gonna give him the big gap in his ear, similar to, similar to the reference, hopefully. Some ways I'm not entirely happy with his pose, so I'm going to try something else because I want him to interact more with the other two rats, so I'm going to try something. Absolutely, the plushie and hat, the wizard cane, and the eye patch, small things like that, breathe life in the drawing, enough to trigger character speculation in the mind of anyone looking at it. Yeah, well, hopefully the whole idea of this piece, because it's a pet commission, is bringing their characters to life. So the more I can do that, the happier I'll be, Hopefully he'll be happy with that approach as well. That is the whole point. We'll see. So you challenge them to combine koi fish and samurai in some way and optionally throw in cyberpunk genre. That is one crazy challenge. Oh my goodness. You really threw them in the deep end, didn't you, Zach? That's crazy hard. Oh, thank you, Trinity Kills, for the follow. Really appreciate that. Do feel free to introduce yourself, tell us a bit about where you're from, or what kind of art you like to make. We'd love to get to know you. You're gonna do it, you're welcome to do it. You're going to post it on Instagram for whoever wants to do it. Oh. If I wasn't so under the pump, Zach, with tons of commissions right now, I would totally give it a shot. But right now, my whole time frame till Christmas is so busy. I have nothing, no time left at all for anything. It's just commissions. People like to cram those in before Christmas. Yeah, it's a tough combination, but you threw out a ton of ideas and pulled up Pinterest and talked through stuff. Right, so you did give some, like, background help, did you? Like a mermaid type, but with koi and samurai. Ah, just a fish person that's a samurai. Yeah, that really does help, doesn't it? That's much easier once you have a little bit of context. Oh, you just shared a link for Zach in Discord, did you? Hopefully this makes him look just a little bit more slender. We'll see. Need to fix his paw over here as well. Thank you for that follow, Linus Yelia. Lines by Yelia, thank you. And thank you for the follow as well, Sebastian. I'm saying that right. Appreciate you guys dropping by. Do feel free to introduce yourselves and tell us a bit about your art and who you are. Oh, there was a raid? Did I not see the raid? Oh my goodness, Deepdale, thank you so much for the raid. I'm so sorry that I missed that. I've been so focused. Thank you so much, Deepdale. It's been so long since I caught your stream. How was your stream? Do tell me about what you were working on. Feel free, can we have a shout out for Deepdale? Do feel free to share your Instagram account as well, or you know, if you can post some of the work you've been doing. I would love to have a look at some of your work. Definitely. I'll try and see if I can load up your Instagram account. Thank you guys for following and you know, joining me from Deepdale's beautiful work. I'll try and find her Instagram account and then I can show you guys some of her work. There we go. Hopefully this works. It will finally load. There we go. Look at the beautiful work Deepdale Studio makes, guys. She has such amazing line work and beautiful characters. Also very similar to you know, the pop surrealist art style, so you can see how that's blending in. I haven't actually seen these. You've been busy. I hate when Instagram doesn't show me stuff. Look at this beautiful pirate girl, guys. Look at the clothes. She puts so much detail into her work, guys. I mean, right down to her face, you know, you can see how it's sort of worn down, and you can see the beautiful pirate patch, but even the styling of the gloves and that clothing, you know, it's so within that era. She's really paid attention to it. Lovely, lovely work. Did you ever finish that, the porcupine piece that you did? Oh, thank you so much, Doverkin. I really appreciate that. You stream and post on Instagram. You would love to see the island. Well, what island? So what were you working on, Deepdale? Is it okay if I call you Leash, or do you prefer going by Deepdale? Happy to call you either one. But yeah, do post what you were just working on, and if you've posted that little the porcupine piece you were working on, the 3 characters, I think it's from I think they're from Animal Crossing. You were last working on those 3. Do share that. Look at this mechanical cat, guys. Wow, that is so cool. You guys really need to go and give her a follow. She has an amazing stream. She's only recently started streaming, but it's already super cool, and her work is stunning. So do give Leash a bit of a follow. Animal Crossing. Hang on, Animal Crossing? You mean, sorry, the non-clarification? Yeah, I think it's the Animal Crossing one that I last saw you working on. Did you finish that one, or were you still working on that one? That one was so cool. Yes, Leash is fine. You worked on a commission that was based around a mermaid or water theme. It turned out really well. Ah, that's awesome. So good that you're getting commissioned as well. What great timing, you know, right around Christmas. That is so cool. We have just started on a commission here at the moment, so somebody asked me to draw his 3 pet rats. So the names are Lenny, Twitch and Tremble. Lenny is a bit of a fat, pudgy rat. He's a bit older. He had a bit of a rough life until he met his good home. And Twitch is a bit of a troublemaker, so Tremble bit Twitch's ear, a hole in Twitch's ear because he gave him too much trouble. And Tremble is a bit of a sleepyhead, so I've tried to bring some of their personality in. These 2 are also meant to be really pudgy and fat. So yeah, I've started planning out just the base composition. I'm only going to do it really rough and send him a picture tonight, see if he likes it. But yeah, that would be super awesome if he does, and we can keep going. Otherwise I'll, you know, start over, work on something new. Oh, you did Abel's sister story, but you haven't posted it anywhere. Ah, right. Well, if you have a progress shot of that one, I'd love to see. Cute little rats, what a cool commission. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this so much, you have no idea, so very happy I can finally get started on it, you know? So I've drawn him a little bit of a plush toy, you know, because he's a sleepyhead, so he's a little bit of a sook. Got his little plush toy over here. He's ready to get in bed and just doze off, really. So I'll add stars, you know, to his hat and everything once I'm done, but not gonna add a lot of detail at the moment. First we gotta figure out if he's happy with the composition, and then we'll go from there. will I be painting these? Yes, I will. Either I'm gonna do them digitally, or if I'm gonna do them traditionally, I have to get some more watercolor paper. I don't have A3, I've only got A4, and I won't be able to get a lot of detailing if I do these on A4, so I'll have to order some. So if I do, I really need to decide that now, because it's not going to arrive in time if I don't. So yeah, it's really going to depend on, I guess, how much time I have. If I don't have a lot of time, I'll color them digitally. The difference is not going to be a major difference at the end of the day, but I just prefer working traditionally if I can. You know, sort of saves me time to try and get visual interest, I suppose. I just like it. Like feeling the paint underneath my fingers. Yeah, you really have to catch her stream. It's so awesome. She's got such a relaxed vibe. Yeah, if any of you guys ever have watercolor questions, I've got 2 streamer friends who do watercolor. So one of them is Sarah. I'll do a bit of a shout out for Sarah. And the other one is Absinthe, but I don't know what his full username is. So I might post his work in Discord and let you guys know. Don't remember his actual username because it's got a bunch of letters and stuff as well. So a bit tricky to remember that. But yeah, he's really good at watercolor as well, and he knows a lot about the kinds of paper and everything. Mocap, hello, how's it going? You're really bad at watercolor, you're good at oil pastels and pen, you would say? Ah, well, oil pastels are a skill, oil and pastels are a skill of their own, you know. Really tricky to pick that skill up, so you've already got, you know, a good amount of skill set down just with that. So if I'm happy with this, I will send him, you know, another option. And I'll go, look, do you want me to go down this direction? Are you happy? And we'll go from there. Gotta make sure to keep the gap in his ear really prominent and obvious, you know? I'm really good, Mocap. I've had a really busy weekend and I've got a ton of commissions I have to finish up, but I'm really excited. I finally get to work on this one, which I've sort of been very tempted to get started on, but we needed to get through all the approval stages first. So yeah, I finally got it. You really appreciate, the follow? That's awesome. Yeah, glad to be connecting more with you guys. About 5 more entries till self-evaluation. Also, for anyone wondering, you're working on a project and you have to do some journal entries. What do you mean by self-evaluation? Well, after the product, you have to grade yourself on how you think you did, like your weaknesses and such. Right. That's actually a good way, you know, not critiquing it as you're going, but only doing so after you're done. Because then you don't sort of get to that point where you're like, oh, you know, this isn't going to turn out good, and you give up. I think that's really, really smart, actually. I have to adjust his tail now that I changed his pose as well. Can't have that looking the same. You love my accent, by the way. Thank you. Thank you. I guess where you don't really realise that you have an accent when you just live there, you know? But it sort of becomes obvious when people from other countries hear you. I always find that blending gives me a really quick way to work contrast into a painting or drawing without focusing too much on adding extra lines and spending too much time on a piece. I think it's just really helpful to quickly get the idea across. I still remember the time when I didn't have one and I just worked without it. It was crazy difficult. I would never do sketching again without a blender. Never. Currently you're working on Hans' art piece for a final assessment. Beginner at hands, but working on it. Ah, like you're actually drawing the hands? That's so tricky when you do that for the first time. I remember that, yeah, just first time I drew feet. I really struggled with that. I never had as much of an issue with hands. I think I practiced them a lot when I was younger, so I never really went through a stage where I felt like I can't draw hands because I just don't remember. But feet, I had a real problem with. So I really had to practice drawing that. What has been some of the things you guys have struggled most learning to draw? Was it feet? Was it hands? Was it eyes? What did you feel was the hardest thing to learn to draw? Was it animals? Blooms Twice, hi, welcome. Little Ratty Tatties, yeah, we're doing a commission today. We're working on these three, so Lenny, Twitch, and Tremble. And so the idea is I'm going to make this Lenny. So Lenny's going to be a little bit more pudgy, he's going to be a wizard rat. So I'm going to give him sort of a glowy gem here, you know, to signify his superior wisdom. And then Tremble is a bit of a sleepy rat. He's got a plush toy over here. You can see his little plushie just lying down, enjoying the cuddle. But yeah, he's a bit of a sleepy one, also a lazy and fat one. And then we've got Twitch over here. And Twitch is a bit of a troublemaker. His ear got bitten off by Tremble. So yeah, he's the menace. So he's a bit of a leaner one because he obviously runs around and is a bit more active. But yeah, hopefully I can really work on their composition, and hopefully he'll be happy with the direction that this is going in, and I can get the all clear to go ahead. So I'll have to hold off on this one at some point. Don't want to do too much work on it. But yeah, hopefully he's happy. So for you, you're really good at eyes. Oh, you gotta go, dark guy? No worries. Go to bed and have a good rest. Thank you for being here. You're really good at eyes, and you also would say you're good at digital art. Ah, right, okay. Well, that's good to know. Realistic proportions have always been difficult for you. It's part of why you found pop surrealist style so interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think it's good to be able to break the rules, you know, and with pop surrealist art, you can do as much of that as you want. Obviously, it's really difficult, you know. Once you start breaking rules like that, you realize how hard it actually is. So, you know, where to draw the line, what needs to still be realistic. So there is still a matter of proportions that have to be accurate. So it's not like that throws all talent out of the window, you know. Now it's 8:55, but you need the sleep, right? That's all good, dark guy. I hope you have a good rest. For you, it's anatomical humans. You can draw abstract and natural shapes easily, but human faces need to be so precise to look good. Yeah, I definitely agree, Bloom. I think to a certain extent, because we as humans are so attuned to, you know, what a face or body should look like, we critique that a lot more. You know, for example, if you're drawing a dog, most people won't be able to pick the issues. But if you draw a person wrong, even slightly, people are going to notice, and I think it's because everyone is so familiar with their own bodies, they know what anatomy should look like, but not everyone looks at, you know, other animals like a horse or, you know, cats or whatever every day. Obviously some people do, but not everybody does, so. Hands are a killer, but just because you need to practice. Yeah, I mean, I think I haven't heard a lot of artists who haven't mentioned struggling with hands at some point, so for sure I think that's something that everybody has needed to practice in order to, you know, to master. So you're definitely not alone with hands. There's still times when, you know, especially like when I'm doing a challenging composition, I'm trying to go off the image in my head and it just doesn't work, and I'm like, oh damn, I really need to get some more practice in drawing hands, you know? A little off topic, but you are not as good at as graduated drawing, but better at scribbling and cross-hatching. Ah, well, cross-hatching is a really cool style. Hands are very tricky, is why most video game devs hide hands during cutscene animation, since hand interaction is very complicated. Yeah, exactly. I think it's definitely true, you know, and like if you're doing stop animation as well, that would be a nightmare. I don't want to be animating that, that's for sure. Definitely not keen. Have any of you guys ever done animation? Like for a school project or something? I have such mad respect for people who do, because, oh man, it's definitely not an easy task, that's for sure. Morning, Rocket Sauce! How are you? Yes, I'm doing some Ratties today. I'm doing these three. Lenny, Twitch, and Tremble. So yeah, Lenny is a wise wizard rat. Twitch is a bit of a pirate, so because his ear got bit off by Tremble over here. And Tremble is a bit of a sleepy one. So I've drawn him with a little bit of a night hat and a plush toy. Hopefully that brings out their personalities, you know. Almost 12 AM for you. You think you'll turn in now too. Mostly a busy work day tomorrow. It was a delight to catch up with me again on my stream. You'll share your work in a few days, beginning with smaller ones. You're really looking forward to Christmas and New Year's Day, long weekends for a major art project you decided on. Ah. That sounds cool. Well, thank you, Doverkin. Thanks again so much for the gifted sub. I really, really appreciate that. And yeah, hopefully tonight I'll be streaming while you're at work and I can, you know, have you lurking in the background if that's possible. Don't want to be, you know, distracting you too much from work though. But yeah, it's always a pleasure having you here. So thank you again for tuning in. Hope you have a good sleep. Personally, no, but a friend of yours once did for a project. Wait, what was that? Did I miss that? Personally, no. Sorry, Sabsa, I missed that. Rocket Sauce, you love it? Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you like it so far. Hopefully the guy who commissioned this will too. Sleepy is a great personality to have. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he's very happy. I'm not a big fan of Sleep myself, but you know, I know that a lot of people are. A lot of people think that sleep is the be-all, end-all. Personally, I'm not such a fan. It's like, it's a very boring thing. I don't know if I'm gonna give him stitched eyes or button eyes, maybe one of each. I'll have a look. Might try a button eye on this end and then sort of a stitched eye on the other side. Have him looking a little bit more ragged, you know. And this is why I wanted to work on A3, so that I could work little details like that into the piece. Because if I was working smaller, it would be much harder to do that, you know. There we go. You just responded to my animation question if you had done it, and feel free to call you Sabrina. Thank you, that's much easier. I'll definitely call you Sabrina. But yeah, definitely, animation is so hard. I did 3 animation projects, I think, 3 or 4 at uni, but they were really, really basic. They weren't anything, you know, incredible. I animated a seal that touched this starfish. So it put a stone in a circle around a starfish, and then the starfish would release a bubble, sort of like an underwater ritual of some sort. And then the bubble would consume the seal, and he would sort of swim away. I also animated Avril Lavigne singing Skater Boy, and the other one I did was, I'm trying to remember, it was a seal. Oh, it was a flying bird. Out of all of those, the flying bird was the hardest of all. Like, I don't know, animating a bird's wings is so crazy hard. I had a nightmare doing that. So yeah. Definitely not keen to do a bird if I ever do animation again, that's for sure. The flying styles are so hard to capture. Have any of you guys ever seen the game Cuphead? That game was actually traditionally animated. They hand drew every frame in that whole game. It's insane. I have so much respect for that. Last night my brother and I looked up at some vinyls from Cuphead, just because we got really carried away looking at some vinyls, and it was crazy. So, loved it. I've been looking at a lot of Lance's work lately. So Lance Inkwell is the artist who drew a lot of the characters in Cuphead, and yeah, he's done some really amazing pieces lately. Some new work that he's putting out. I love it. If you guys don't know him, you really need to check out some of his stuff. Because yeah, he's incredible. Never played it, but you like the old school cartoon style a lot. Yeah, exactly. It is so unique, it's so beautiful. Another game as well is Gree, so I'll type the name in the chat. Hopefully you guys can Google that. Gree is another amazing game that has a beautiful, beautiful art style as well. So. I'm wondering if I should start like a secondary composition just in case, like, you know, in case he's not a fan of this one, just because that would save me a lot of time instead of waiting for him to need to approve a second one, you know, maybe then I could just get started on it sooner rather than later, because that would be really helpful, you know. But yeah, I'm really wanting to do this one with traditional watercolor if I can. So I think I'm going to place an order for some A3s. I should have done that because I placed an order just yesterday, but I wasn't thinking of this commission and, you know, not having watercolor paper for it. So because I'd originally just planned to do it in Procreate, but now I really want to do it traditionally. The one issue I do see is I'm not going to be able, because I'm going to have to give Tremble here an eye patch. That means I won't see Tremble's eye, which is a slight issue, you know, because I do need to give him that pirate look. So not sure. You're looking at some of my work on Insta and you just want to say you love the whole aesthetic. It's got a very dark, dreamy, nostalgia vibe to it. Thank you, Bloom. I really appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. You do put in a lot of effort to try and, like, you know, style everything, so it's lovely to notice when people, you know, find that beautiful, I guess. So yeah, now we have got an eye patch here for Twitch. Sounds funny when I'm streaming on Twitch and I keep talking about Twitch, you know. It's a bit, a little bit funny. Like I'm doing some brand representation or something. There we go. You'll be lurking a while you work on some schoolwork, but you'll pop in a while. No worries, Sabrina. That's totally fine. I hope that schoolwork gets done quickly and gets out of your way and out of your mind, so you can maybe get some drawing done. Not that schoolwork isn't important, but I just remember the days when I was at school and I really didn't enjoy thinking about art while, you know, doing schoolwork. It always felt like it was in my way. And then I graduated and then design work got in my way. That's life, right? So yeah, we've got Twitch looking awesome. I'm not sure if I'm gonna give Twitch a jacket, just because I don't want it to be an overkill, you know, of a costume. I don't want it to be overdone. So I really like how, you know, Lenny has his mace, or I think you call it a mace, don't you? Isn't a mace that the long cane thing? I'm pretty sure it's called a mace. Let me see. Yeah, the mace is a melee weapon used by the Bright Wizard and Empire Soldier in Vermintide. Right, so it is actually. So I'm going to try and see what that could look like. I think I'm going to go with my own thing because I want it to look a little bit more raw. A bit of a crystal-y style mace, this one. A crook or shillilag? Really? I've never heard of that. What? Let me see. That is a really weird word. But yeah, that does sound accurate. I think that's actually exactly the thing I'm looking for, the shillilag, or however you say that. Yeah, that's perfect, because it's got that top thing. Except mine's got a crystal. Oh, it's an Irish word, is it? So yeah, I want this to be a crystal, so that I can make it glow or whatever. I'll see. But yeah, essentially that's the idea. And yeah. So we've got Sleepyhead over here with his plush toy, the mace, little wizard Lenny, and we've got Twitch. So I'm very, very happy with how the three of them are interacting in this composition. It's working well. Obviously, you can't guarantee that the person's gonna like it because, you know, people have their own ideas of what they envisioned for a commission. So it's open to a lot of changes. You know, if he decides. Some people don't ask for a lot of changes, and other people ask for more. I guess it always just depends, really. Like, you know, what if they had a specific idea in their head, then I guess they're more prone to asking for more changes. If they don't have a really strong idea in their head and they just want you to wing it, then I suppose they don't really ask for a lot of changes. So yeah. Oh, Shillelagh, right. I would never have guessed how to pronounce that, thank you. So are you Irish then, Bloom? Or are you just like familiar with Irish words? If I do this one in watercolor, it is going to take a lot more time, and it's also going to need to be essentially redrawn on the watercolor paper, which is fine. It's just that does add to, you know, the amount of time it takes to get it done. But, you know, when it comes to commissions like these, where I get to draw animals, I'm not too fussed about how long it takes, you know, because I really enjoy the process, and it feels like I'm assisting in the commemoration of the pets. So yeah, you're biracial. Your mum's side is Irish German and your dad's side is Anishinaabe Native American. That is so interesting. Wow, what a mix. So how did you track down that lineage? Yeah, Gray is very unique and beautiful, and the music matches. Just by watching some gameplay, you can tell it's a cool game. Yeah, I mean, it's totally done in a watercolor style, which I think is really, really rare, you know? Not a lot of games try to pull off that style, so yeah, it's not often that you get a game trying to do that. Mad respect. I hope Zazu is not too loud for you guys. So sorry. I'm just trying to add in a couple of the lines of where the fur would, you know, would be going, the direction of the fur. So, you know, hopefully it's a little bit more obvious. Just growing up in it, you guess. Right. Oh, what is that adorable little emote? Where is that from? Will it show me? Flannery's, is it Flannery's Twitch account? Don't know them. What do they stream? So yeah, I'm fairly happy with this direction. You know, the whole composition is really working. It's not too close to either side of the paper. The rats are all interacting beautifully. So I have a feeling he might pick it. Obviously, I could be wrong. You know, there could be small changes he'd like, but essentially this is what it's going to look like. So I think now it's a good idea, before I spend more time on it, to perhaps start, you know, a second commission, not a second commission, a second composition, just in case he doesn't like this one. Because I'm very pressed on time, I don't want to be sending this to him and going, you know, oh, will you, is this going to be what you're after or not? So yeah, I think I'm going to get another sheet of paper out and just get started on another composition for the rest of the time that we have today. I won't get very far with it, but I'll make some decent progress, and I'll send him this one while I wait. And hopefully, if he gets back to me, then by tonight I can, you know, get started on actually rendering this one or the other one up. We'll see. So I think I'll make a quick break, guys. If you bear with me, I'm gonna get a drink. And while I have a drink, you guys can stick around. You can play drop game while I'm away. And I'll grab another piece of paper, grab a drink, and I'll be back. So I'll see you guys in a little bit. Give me 5 minutes. Is the mic still, oh, the mic's still working? Good. So I got another blank piece of paper, guys. So I'll start another composition in case he doesn't go with this. But I have sent him through, you know, a couple of DMs, asked him, you know, are you happy with it? If he checks those, so he's in New Zealand, hopefully he'll have some time to check those before tonight. If he does, then I can get started on those tonight. But because he, you know, he might take a while to get back to me, I want to make sure that, you know, whatever he chooses, he'll give me the green light with something. So I'm gonna get started on a brand new, very different composition. So he has a couple of options to choose from. I don't need to. I only really do one composition per commission. But he's a friend of my brother's, and you know, it's not every day I get to draw rats. So I mean, I'm happy. I'm really happy to get that done. So yeah, it's a tough choice. What to do next? Really trying to get that idea out of my head now because I want to try something fresh. So yeah, we'll see what I choose. In some ways I actually may not mind doing like you know, a very tall, the same pose for Twitch. So drawing him really tall and then perhaps going a little lower. So I might need to start him a little to the side over there. And then drawing Lenny a bit more hunched up, like so. There we go. And then maybe doing a very sleepy pose for, what's his name again? Tremble. The names are very confusing. Like having him just sort of slouched like that, you know? Little hat like that, but yeah, essentially having him just slouched over like so. Perhaps have him actually sleeping, you know, because in the other one his eyes were open, so I could make him sleeping in that one, but I want to give him a couple of options and not like, you know. So I have to find a rat that's like sleeping like that with, you know, with his little head on the ground, and I don't know how I'm gonna get that because I don't actually know if rats sleep like that. So don't they always sleep on their backs? I don't know. I'm pretty sure they do sleep on their tummies as well, because my mice used to, and rats and mice are fairly similar, so Question is, how do I get a reference of that, you know? Because it's really hard to find the exact ref that you're looking for at times, so I may just have to wing it because I don't think I'm gonna be able to find a reference like that. So we'll see. I'll try and wing it. At least I know what they should look like, so. Looks like he has just gotten back to me, and let's have a look at what he's said. So he said it's looking pretty good. He would add a slight bit more tummy fat to Lenny, otherwise the sizing is good. So he wants to add more fat to Lenny over here. So make his tummy a bit more pudgy, I suppose. So we can definitely work that in. Give him a bit more fat rolls. That's not an issue. Because apparently he was super pudgy. So I'll do that, but for now I'll try and show him just another option as well. I do think that that is going to be the better composition because, yeah, just in general I think that's going to have more interactive, I guess, poses. You know, the three rats closely, you know, curling into each other is more interesting, I think, but I will give him some other options nonetheless. You know, he can choose which ones he prefers the most. And once again, we have the plush toy worked in here. I know it's probably a little tricky for you guys to see at the moment, but fairly soon that should, you know, become a little bit better once I start darkening these up. I'm just trying to do really rough speed drawing for this one because I'm not gonna spend ages on it just yet because he's already got a composition to choose from. I just want to, like, you know, give him two options, and if he prefers, you know, the direction this one's taking above the other one, then I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll just stick with this, with the original. Pitbull Shark, hello, how are you? Feel free to introduce yourself if you're new here. I don't think I've seen you here before, so happy to have you on board. Whereabouts are you from? So yeah, hopefully, you know, I'll try to add just the other arm in as well. And then I'm going to give him, so similar to the first one that we did earlier, I'll give him, you know, the mace that he's got, and I'll make sure that that's in the picture as well for this one, because he's the wizard rat, so got to make sure that that is in here. And then I put you on the spot. Sorry about that. You're in the US right now. Oh, what do you mean by right now? Where are you originally from? Crazy time for you, isn't it? Like, shouldn't it be late at night over there? I'm fairly sure. if I do this one, I'm gonna restart the composition because I've got a huge gap over here and I don't really need that. So yeah, if he does pick this one, I'll redo that, you know. But for now, I'm not too fussed. Just want to give a general idea of what it's gonna look like. Because yeah, otherwise I waste a lot of time on something he doesn't even pick, you know? Because I'm already much happier with the first one. And you know, at times I feel like that does happen for me. I'm in general most happy with my first concept because it's the one that I think through the most, and I don't know. I always go with my first concept, don't ask me why. You grew up in Ecuador, but your family is mostly American or Scottish. It's an odd bunch. My boyfriend is Scottish, so, well, by lineage, he's Australian as well, but yeah, down his lineage, he's Scottish as well. The second concept looks nice. Thank you, Elamar. Yeah, it's different. I still think I'm gonna prefer the first one. But you know, it gives him a couple of things to look at, so. Whether he goes with this one or the other one's really up to him. So I'll quickly see if I can finish this one quick and then send that through, because it seems like he's online right now, and that's good. Because then I can flick this one through to him and he can give me the yes or the no, and we'll see. If he likes it, I'll go with this direction. If not, I'll stick with the original. So far, I much prefer that original. Do you guys find that for you, you tend to go with the first concept you push out more, or if you keep going, you go with the second ones or the final ones instead? Nice, thank you, Pitbull. I really appreciate that. Hopefully he likes it too. You know, I'm gonna make sure that he is happy with his commission. Okay, so this is really rough, but that's okay. I just need to get the idea across and make sure that it's quite obvious what's going on here, so that he can get a brief understanding of, you know, where everything's at. Okay, so the cane can go here. Well, the mace, it's his wizard mace, so I'm gonna put that in here. There we go. And so we probably need to add the rest of his body will come out there, so I'm gonna add the tail in like so. See, that's gonna be a bit of an issue, because I feel like that tail is gonna look like Lenny's, and I don't want it to look like Lenny's. So I'm gonna have to clear that up, and that just the whole tail thing, so I may need to remove that other tail. He can go in another direction, you know. But I need Lenny's tail to be here, otherwise it's gonna be confusing. There we go. Are you an artist as well, Pitbull? You just saw my Insta. Is that main character I draw a part of an upcoming book? Which main character? Are you meaning Humpty Dumpty? That is definitely part of an upcoming book I'm working on. This one is not. This one is a commission So I've already finished the first spread. It's not a book, it's just a one-off commission, so if he approves this composition, I'll go with this, otherwise I'll go with the other one. So it's not a book, it's just a rat commission for, you know, somebody who wants to remember their special rats in a special way. Gotta make him nice and pudgy. There we go. And then tonight, because he's replied, I can get started, you know, on actually rendering one of these up. I have a feeling he's gonna go with that first option. Just my gut feeling, but more than likely he will. Got what I did with the little limbs here. The plush toys limbs. There we go. I'm gonna make him look all dazed. Hi Ianai, how are you? Now that you see the first and the second together, the first feels more fluid on the eyes, but they are both amazing. Yeah, definitely Elamar. I mean, this is the second, and so I'll show you the first. I feel like the first connects the three characters together really well. You know, he's sort of bringing your eye in across to Lenny over here, and then because they're arching over Tremble, you know, it sort of binds all of them together. The other thing is their tails flow back in, so you're creating this beautiful circle which keeps your eye into the picture. He's also looking at Lenny, and you know, Tremble is once again in that arch, so it really helps. This one, while it's also a really good composition because your eye is forming this triangle, you know, this tail over here is also leading back in to point back to Tremble. It is a good composition. If I were to do it, I'd move them all over a little bit to the right. I think the other one is just that slight bit more successful, so that's why I would go with it. Oh, it's morning? Yeah, I bet it's morning. Hi Maquito, how are you? Glad to see you both. How have you been? How was your weekends? It's late, but you wanted to watch me for a bit. Oh, what time is it, Elamar? Must be crazy late over there by now. I'm so sorry that I've been, you know, not streaming as often lately. I've just had a very, very busy time. Had to get through a lot of things, so. So hopefully if I can just really quickly render this whole thing, you know, he'll have a better idea of where everything's gonna be, and then I can show him just a quick glimpse of what a second composition could look like. Won't be finished, but it'll be close. I'm just happy you liked the first one at least, you know. And I did suspect he might, but you never know, you know. Fine, thanks. You're happy to catch my stream after several days. Yeah, it's been a while. I think last time I checked it was about 5 days since I last streamed, you know? I mean, that is quite a while for me. So yeah, it's definitely... I've missed you guys. It's definitely been a while. Oh, that's what's happening. I was like, where did that line come from, you know? It's like the groove in my wood. It's creating it. There we go. What did you guys get up to over the weekend then? My brother and my boyfriend and I actually went for a super awesome midnight drive, which was super fun. We went to look at some Christmas lights, and that was great. But because we went so late, a bunch of people had already turned off their Christmas lights, so that was a shame, you know. You're doing fine, only your internet problem is not fixed yet. Hopefully today. You had lots of disconnecting moments during your last stream, even had to end your Friday stream after 2 hours. Normally you stream 6. Oh no, that's horrible. Yeah, definitely good that you got someone to look into that for you, or are getting someone to. That's not fun at all, you know. Hopefully they can fix it for you. Sometimes elusive internet problems just stick around for ages, you know? You just can't get rid of them. I don't know why that happens. So I had to make Tremble a little fatter because, you know, he's been eating quite a bit. He needs to be pudgy. There we go. It's 8 AM, you just woke up and it's very rare for you to be awake so early. Internet problems was enemy for streamers. Yeah, definitely. Your birdie is saying what you're doing? Yeah, I know. He's saying yummy now. So cute. It's always so cute. Yeah, I'm really lucky to have him. He's super adorable. I think he's sort of like saying, look, I want some food. Can you look at me and come and give me some food? So once again, I need to make sure Tremble has the cutout ear, like so. There we go. Yeah, Alamar's been up so late. I feel bad. I don't want to give you like, you know, a bad sleeping schedule, Alma. I will be streaming again later today, so don't feel like you have to stick around for the rest of this, because the rest of this will be happening later tonight as well, you know, because I have to finish it up, make some good progress today. But yeah, currently I'm just trying to shade some of the crucial sections, you know, so he can get a brief idea of where everything's going. Must have. You've completed the circle now. Wait, what circle? Oh, are you guys meeting? The funny thing is, Alama and you met here in my stream a while ago, and now you're friends, and she's even become your mod. Oh, really? That's so awesome, Ian. Aw. How amazing is that? Twitch bringing people together, right? Flawed Hunter, hi, you're new here watching me for the first time and you already love my stream. Thank you! And thank you for the follow. How special. Well, I'm so glad you like it here. Feel free to, you know, say hi, tell us where you're from, introduce yourself if you want to. But yeah, thank you so much. It means so much. We're just working on a rat commission here. So I got started, I already finished the first option for the guy. These are his 3 pet rats. Sadly they have passed away, you know, so this is sort of a commemorative piece for them. This is Lenny. Lenny is an older rat. Lenny had a really hard life, you know, but he was rehomed with the guy who commissioned this, and he had a super awesome rest of his life with this guy. Was super loved. But a very endearing and kind rat. So I made Lenny wise, and he's a wizard, which is why he's got the mace. This here is Tremble, and Tremble is a sleepyhead. He likes to eat and sleep, and that's his life. So yeah, essentially I've started drawing Tremble here with his little plush toy and the sleeping hat. And this here is Twitch, so not Twitch like the streaming platform, but Twitch like the rat. So Twitch here got his ear bitten off by Tremble because he's, you know, he's just always in your face and, you know, stepping on everyone else's toes. So yeah, he's he gets up to a lot of mischief, which is why I made him a pirate. So he's lost a chunk of his ear, and I've made him a pirate. But yeah, I think this is going to be the best composition. But just in case, because I didn't know if he was going to reply that he's happy with it, I started a second composition. But I do feel like the first one is a lot better. I'm just going to send him both options anyway, so he can pick between the two. So yeah, hopefully I can show that to him in a little bit, and yeah, then we can get started. But I'm almost done with today's stream because I need to get some other work done today, and I'm finishing this one up tonight. So if you guys want to see the rest of my little Ratty commission, stick around tonight, and I will show you how I, you know, draw the rest of this one. So I think I'll make a quick break. Actually, we may need to end the stream because it's already 5:30 here. And I think it's better if I just if I put this on pause, and later tonight I will finish the rest of it. So really sorry for those of you guys who have just hopped on. But I need to get approval for both of these commissions from him before I move along, and I want to make sure I, do that accurately. So I'm gonna take some pictures and send that through to him. So I think I'll go find somebody we can raid, and hopefully if you guys haven't followed, please do, because I'd love to see you all again. Otherwise, I will see you next time. You need to head to bed, Alamar? That's fine. I'm so happy that, you made the whole stream, but yeah, I hope you wake up fresh tomorrow. It's fine, you feel like you'll be coming back again. No worries, Flawed Hunter. Yeah, I think it's, how many hours till the next stream? So it's now 5, so I think it's about 5 hours till the next stream, 5.5 or 5 hours. So yeah, if that suits your time zone, feel free to stop by. If not, that's okay. But yeah, I'll see who we can raid. And one of my friends is actually streaming, so her name is Sarah, and she does some traditional art as well. So I think it would be a great idea if we can give her a bit of a raid. So yeah, if you guys can join me on that journey, I'll see you over there. But for now, I will end the stream, and I will probably see you guys next time. So I'll give her a bit of a raid and see you soon over there. Bye guys.